Welcome to 5 Minute Critics. Today we'll be discussing the movie Victor Victoria with Julie Andrews and James Garner. My name is Paul Cummings, and with me is Emmett Loverde. And who else do we have in that cast? We had Alex Karras.
Robert Preston.
Yes.
Good heavens, Leslie Ann Warren.
Leslie Ann Warren.
Yes.
Yes, we need to say that as often as possible.
For good luck. Yes. So I'll just dive right in. First of all, it's a great movie. It's so much fun, but it is also worth remembering for its place in history, in film history, in cultural history.
Absolutely.
Because it presented gay characters and straight characters alongside each other. Nobody was getting cooties or freaking out. It was, well, there was a little bit of freaking out, but it was good-natured, it was in good fun, and frankly, the people who were made to look stupid in the film were the prejudiced people.
Yes, I think one of the greatest lines, one of the greatest scenes in the film was after James Garner realized that he was in love with the man that Julie Andrews was pretending to be. He's talking to his bodyguard, a rough, tough, baddest, as he said in the film, baddest son of a bitch ever to step on a football field. Looks at him and says, "Yeah, boss, I'm gay." Was an awesome moment in that film. Absolutely hysterical, but historically speaking, to just have a character like that, just pop that out there, and the audience just accepted it and went along with it. It was excellent.
And it had some of the most wonderful singing I've ever heard in a movie.
Yes.
By Julie Andrews and actually by Robert Preston.
Yes.
Who previously was known for The Music Man.
Yes. Yes.
And various Broadway shows.
Yes, he long Broadway history, as did Julie. But she is just an Oscar winner for several films. So, but I also found we have to talk about the waiter.
The waiter.
We have to.
Yes.
A single character actor appears throughout the film, working at various places where we encounter all of our major characters, beginning with a fine restaurant where Julie Andrews attempts to dine and dash a meal.
Using a cockroach.
Yes, using a cockroach. And throughout the film, we see him waiting tables, running into characters in different places, and he's always seems to be the butt of the joke. He never says much, but his one great line is, "Cockroach!"
Yes, cockroach. And, well, my favorite line of his is, "You must be a Rockefeller." Yes. Which, I don't know, out of context, it's like, what does it
nothing.
mean? No,
but watch the film, and
yes.
I'm sure you'll agree with us that it is one of the funniest, most moving, most intelligent portrayals of gay life, and in particular gay men, because there were no gay women.
No, didn't they go into a, I don't know.
No, they did not. When they went dancing, it was a gay men's bar.
That's right.
And James Garner gets his butt kicked by, as Alex Karras put it, "Don't worry, boss. He's gay."
Yes.
And I'll have milk.
Yeah.
No, your mother's.
Yes. And the thing about it also is that it was at a time, a movie that came out right around the same time, not to mix reviews here, but there was one called Death Trap.
Yes.
And two of the characters in Death Trap two men had a kiss. And I was working at a restaurant, a romantic kiss. And I was working at a restaurant at that time, and I was probably about 15. And I was talking with the chef and the waiter, and I was telling him how grossed out I was at seeing this movie where these two guys kiss. It was Death Trap. And they were just being very quiet and kind of like smiling, like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then later it was the waiter who told me, he said, "Did you know that the chef is gay?" And I felt kind of stupid and embarrassed. And but I also it was a vivid reminder that many times, many of the people that we know and love might be affected by our prejudices and everything else. And it was a step, I think, for me toward just hopefully being a better person. But I think that Victor Victoria was a huge step
in opening up doors
Yes.
for all of us to acceptance of those not like ourselves, and to an understanding of whatever. Because I remember the overwhelming thing I had from that film was when I thought of men being gay, I had a particular picture in my mind. Yet we're presented with a middleweight champion boxer, Alex Karras, and several other characters throughout the film that were gay, and it changed my perception, and kind of opened my mind and opened my eyes.
And this movie, mind you, did not skimp on something for everybody. There
No.
was Leslie Ann Warren.
Yes, and Leslie Ann Warren,
And Leslie Ann, yes.
and Leslie Ann Warren in lingerie.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And dancing and singing and, what did she call it? Pookie?
Yes,
Did she call it
Pookie.
Pookie? Yeah,
Pookie.
Pookie. She called her man Pookie, which, I'm personally not wanting to be called Pookie, but she sure made it seem like it would be a lot of fun.
Oh, I always thought of it after that was that I always wanted one of my friends to have a girlfriend call him Pookie so I could laugh at him.
Yes. And interestingly, a couple of years after that, I saw Victor Victoria on stage in New York. And Julie Andrews was doing the title role. And I certainly enjoyed that show. I mean, I was knocked off, my socks were knocked off by that. Yet, at the same time, I love the movie so much. And in a way, I love the movie more because of the time and place.
In which it took place,
Yes.
and in which we experienced it.
Yeah.
So go see this movie.